What is going on, my beautiful people? Today we are going to be taking a look at the 2025 Wallke H7. This bike was built to give you two things: power and long range. We are looking at a bike with two motors that can peak over 3,000 watts and a bike with a gigantic battery with an acclaimed range of 100 to 120 miles. So in this video we are going to be going over the specs, doing some speed tests, testing out its suspension by going off-road, doing a hill climb test, and a brake test. And if you guys are interested in this bike, there will be a link in the description, and if I have a discount code, it'll be there too. But before we do anything, we gotta jump to the unboxing. Ah, Jesus. Whew. Guys, this is one of the heavier boxes I've had to move. So the bike itself is going to come out to 130 pounds, and that's going to be pretty heavy because we got two motors and a giant battery. So if you guys order this bike and you need to move the box around, you might need another person to help you out, unless you're made out of steel. Nope, top does not want to come off. I think they use staples and glue. Alright, open sesame. Yeah, that's a giant battery pack right there. Guys, check out our packaging. It's pretty good, pretty decent. Man, this battery pack is huge. What is this? Oh snap, they gave us some mirrors on this side, and this looks like some type of bag. We have to open this up and see what this is. Oh, it's an insulated bag. Hey, this is a pretty nice bag. I actually really like this because you can put like an ice pack in here and you can keep your drinks cold. This is awesome. I see that we got some boxes of goodies right here. Wow, this is a beefy charger. What? They gave us a fast charger. Well, faster charger, because, well, this is pretty much a fast charger because it says it'll charge our battery up to 54.6 volts at 10 amps. So guys, we have a gigantic 60 amp hour battery, and if you take 60 divided by 10, you get 6 hours to charge from 0 to full. That's actually pretty dang quick. This thing is beefy, and there's a fan. I like that a lot. Great job, Wallke. Okay, what's in this box? We got the user manual, our headlight, pedals. These are foldable metal pedals. They feel very sturdy. An Allen key set, zip ties, and some wrenches. Okay, next thing we want to do is get to that battery so we can get it charging. I like that this thing was protected with some foam right here. Okay, so there's an ignition, and you have to unlock the battery pack so you can pull it out. Oh, this thing is so freaking heavy. Looks like we have some white scuff marks on our battery. Oh, you know what? It can be rubbed out. Under the model name, it says Samsung. So I think they're using some Samsung cells. That's amazing. The voltage is 48. The rated capacity is 60 amp hours, 2,880 watt hours. And a full charge would be 54.6 volts. Yeah, this is a beefy battery pack. We are definitely gonna get some crazy range with this. All right, guys, I'm gonna get this thing charging. In terms of assembly, this bike has a standard assembly process. You gotta put on the handlebars, the front tire, the pedals, and it looks like the tail light is already on there. Sweet. So I'm gonna get working on this thing, and I'll see you guys back at the review. Welcome back, people. Let's take a quick look at the aesthetics. This white makes it pop so much, and I really like the red accents we got going on. There's some red hues in the the Wallke right here, and then it fades to a silver. And on top of that, we got some red shocks and a little bit of red on the forks as well. Yeah, this is a pretty good looking step through. I dig it. It's a big boy. It's a big bike. It actually looks pretty long too. I angled the handlebars a little bit towards me so that it could reach my short arms. I think it looks cooler like that. Kind of reminds me of a motorcycle, like a chopper. All right, let's go over the specs. Starting with the brake system, we have 203 millimeter rotors front and rear, paired with 4-piston hydraulic brakes. These are going to be Logan brand, and I've used these before and they have felt pretty good. I'm really happy they went with 203 millimeter rotors because this is a heavy bike and it's got some speed too. So the larger size rotor is going to help with heat dissipation and stopping power. Behind the rotors, we have some mag wheels. That is going to be really nice. You never have to worry about your spokes. Also within our wheel, you can see that we have a hub motor right here. The front and rear is going to be the same, and they're both going to be 1000 watts that peak at 1600. So that's a combined power of 3200 watts. The listing says we should be able to reach over 30 miles per hour. So we're definitely going to test that later. And we're going to test this on a hill that usually a 1000 watt motor cannot climb up. But since we got two, I want to put it to the test. And for our tires, we got some V-Pops. These are going to be 20 by 4 inch fat tires with some knobby tread on them. And we have plastic fenders on top of that. Above the fender, we have a nice and round headlight. This is what the headlight looks like in my garage with no lights on. It looks very bright. I approve. Let's go higher. Yeah, it's a really bright light. And both the light and our fender are going to be attached to our suspension forks. There's two knobs. One is for preload and one is to lock it out. With these forks, I can never feel a difference with adjusting the preload, but you can lock it out. These forks actually feel pretty smooth. I think we're getting like 2 inches of travel. This is solid. Coming up to our handlebars, we're going to have some tall bars. It's going to make your ride a lot more comfortable because you're not going to be leaning forward. It's definitely going to save your lower back. On the right side, we're going to have our rubber grip. It feels super grippy. We have our hydraulic brake levers. They feel really solid. And we got a keypad right here. Underneath the keypad, there is a little USB slot, so you can charge your phone through this. On the keypad, we have our power button, our lights, our plus and minus to control the pedal assist levels. And this I button right here, holding it down is going to change your bike from rear wheel drive to front wheel or to all wheel drive. The camera might not show it, but I can read this display easily even in the sun. Right here we have a little guy on a bike and there's a star flashing in the rear wheel. That means it's rear wheel drive right now. If we hold that I button, it changes to the front. Then we hold it again, it changes to both wheels. The display shows us our battery bars. Right now we have 5 out of 5 battery bars. Shows us our miles per hour, our pedal assist modes. Right now we're in 0. And it gives us our trip and odometer and our max mileage. On the right side we have our standard 7-speed Shimano shifter. That's going to be nice if we want to shift gears. I'm not sure if we're going to want to because we have dual motors. That's usually enough power to get over any hill. And then next to that, we have our full twist throttle. Attached to our throttle, we're going to have a horn button too. That is fairly loud. I feel like everyone should be able to hear us. Coming back to the seat feels like it has gel inside. It feels comfortable. I would say this is a medium width seat. It's not the widest I've seen, but it's definitely not narrow either. The nice thing about bikes like this is that you can adjust the seat height. It uses a regular seat tube and a regular seat, so if you want to change anything out, it is fairly easy to do so. Underneath the seat, we have a little lever, and you can flip the seat over so you can pull out the battery. Now this battery, this is a big boy. It is a UL certified pack, and the claimed range is 100 to 120 miles. I do believe it can get that if you use pedal assist. If you use throttle only, probably 60 miles, give or take a little bit depending on the conditions you're riding in. But that's riding aggressive and with both motors turned on. I've tested a single motor bike that's similar to this and I was able to get around 80 miles. So with one motor, you could probably get 80 miles and that's full throttle most of the time too. Behind the battery, we have a rack that is welded onto the frame. I absolutely love this, especially if you're a delivery driver and you carry food on you, because then when you have a basket or a bag over here, the shocks can actually help you absorb the bumps and the food will stay stable. It's also going to be better if you have a passenger too. which we do have a seat for a passenger, but we got no passenger pegs. Come on, Wallke, you gotta have passenger pegs if you give us a rear seat. Where's our passenger gonna safely put their feet? So I think this is definitely gonna be better used as a storage area. You can put a basket or a bag over here. Right behind the seat, we got a tail light. This is what the tail light looks like. This is what it looks like when you hit the brakes. And we do not have any turn signals, surprisingly. Coming on down, we got our rear shocks. This is what the rear suspension looks like when I bounce on it. I can feel a little bit of compression. It feels a little stiff, but it's compressing. And lastly, we're gonna have our rear motor, and that's gonna be the same as the front. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for the specs. Let's take this thing out on the road and see what it's really about. All right, guys, we are outside on the Wallke H7. We are currently on mode 1, going about 9 miles per hour. It appears that the pedal assist mode levels also controls the speed of your throttle. So let's just bump it all the way to the max at 5 so we can do a little speed run. All right, speed run with 1 motor. We're using the rear motor, guys. There's a gradual increase in speed. It's nothing crazy, but it's smooth. The display shows 30 miles per hour. We're at 28 on my phone. We're still climbing. We're stuck at 30 miles per hour on the display. And I just saw 30 on my phone. There it is again. So let's go to dual motor mode and test out the top speed. Oh yeah, there's a lot more torque now. Yeah, come on. Climb, baby, climb. Okay, we're getting 30 miles per hour still. Yeah, so it looks like the dual motor helps it with the torque, but the top speed will be the same. If you guys are looking to maximize the range, then just stick to the single motor mode. It honestly feels pretty solid. But if you want to feel like you're being thrown off the seat, then go to dual motor mode. But since I do have my Relive app on tracking how many miles we do, we got to put on both motors and really drain the battery. Or at least try to. It's a beautiful day, so we can just keep riding and riding. If I was doing food deliveries, I would just stay on single motor. This way it's a bit smoother too, so you don't push around the food. So right now we're headed to the train tracks where there is a dirt path. That's where we're gonna test some of the off-road capabilities. All right, guys, we are on selfie mode, so I can show you guys my pedal stroke. Remember, I can increase the seat height if I wanted to extend my legs further, but since I'm already on my tippy toes, you know, I feel like it's safer if I just leave the seat lower. Oh, the suspension's stiff, but it's working. It's working. And the soft seat and the fat tires definitely help too. I took it off selfie mode so that I could ride with both hands because I just want to rip through this on dual motor mode. Here we go. Oh, there's some burnout right there. Oh! Yeah! Let's get it! This thing just pulls. Oh, dual motor is just so fun. Whoa! That was a big dip, and I think all my weight came down onto the shocks, and I did feel it compress down quite a bit. Oh, snap! Oh, this is some big crevices. in the dirt right here. This is scary. Gotta focus. Now the front wheel won't do a burnout when we're on the road, but on dirt, there is a burnout. You guys can hear it. Check it out. That's scary and fun at the same time. The front suspension feels solid. Yeah, if you need to go off-road with this bike, you're not gonna have any problems whatsoever. Dual motors plus full suspension plus fat tires. Yeah, you're gonna be having some fun. Okay, right now we're gonna go head to Signal Hill, and that's the biggest hill in our area. Guys, we're currently on the front motor mode. It can take us up to the top speed. It feels a little different though. It feels like something is pulling the bike. I'm not sure when someone would want to do the front motor only, but maybe if something damages your rear motor, you know you can use the front. All right guys, we made it to Signal Hill. In front of me, there is a super steep hill. It's crazy steep. It's not super long, but it's just so freaking steep. It's something you would see at like San Francisco. And if you guys have been over there, and you guys know, man, there's so many hills to climb. So far, we've done 18.5 miles, and our display still shows 5 out of 5 battery bars. So that's pretty amazing. That's to be expected with such a big battery. All right, so this is gonna be the hill climb test. We're not gonna be pedaling at all, but we will be using dual motors. So let's get it. In 3, 2, 1. Come on, come on. I believe in you. Let's go. Let's go. .2 miles per hour, 20, 19, 16. Can you keep climbing? This is the steepest part right here. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I think we got it, guys. We got it. We're climbing back up. The steepest part is over. Yeah, buddy. Woo! That's right. Wallke H7, let's go. For a second there, when it got around 10 miles per hour, I got a little scared. That is pretty dang impressive. The last bike I tested on that hill had a single 1,500 watt motor, and it peaked at 2,000, and it still couldn't make it up that hill without any pedal assist. But with this bike, it's got dual 1,000 watt motors that peak at 3,200. So if you guys got a lot of hills in your area and you want a long range bike that won't break the bank, then this might be the bike for you. We got a nice, beautiful view. Let's climb up on some grass right here. Easy. Good job, Wallke. I believed in you. You did great up that hill. Look how high we climbed. We're above the world, guys.
How many hours you buy?
How many hours?
Life.
Huh?
The battery.
The battery?
Yeah.
It can go for about 100 miles.
Wow, 100 miles, that's a lot.
Yeah, the battery's big.
Yeah, but
battery big. Yeah, really.
but this one you can cycling.
You can cycle too. Yeah, it's a pretty...
Tesla.
Huh?
It's not a Tesla.
It's not a...
That's very big tractor.
Yeah, that's a very big battery.
Yeah.
How long it take to be full?
You bought from...
About 6 hours.
6 hours.
From 0 to full charge. Yeah, that's the brand, Wallke.
Walk
Yeah,
here.
Wallke.
This one People get this bike if they do like deliveries or they want to go really, really far.
How far you ride a day?
I don't ride every day. But the most I've ever done was 118. I was doing food deliveries. Have a nice day.
Oh, you too. Enjoy it.
Thank you, thank you. After we made it to the top of the hill, it brought us to 4 out of 5 battery bars. And we're currently at 19.3 miles. So the last thing we gotta do now is test out our brakes. And I've been riding around on the street for a little bit now, and you know, it feels really solid. I think we're gonna do really good when we do our brake test. Guys, I think because this battery is so gigantic, I'm probably able to ride all the way to LA and back. If I take the river trail, the LA river trail, I think it's only like 22 miles away from me. So that would be like a 44-mile round trip. It's bikes like these that really let you explore your area, because you never really got to worry about range. Or you could do food deliveries all day and you won't have to go home and charge. My very first bike had a 20 amp hour battery. I remember I could only do like 20 miles at full speed. After 20 miles of deliveries, I'd have to go home and charge. It's only like 4 or 5 deliveries. So having to go home and charge really puts a dent on your earnings. All right, so we made it to our brake testing location, and here's the name of the game. There is a silver Prius to my left, and we're gonna ride at about 25 miles per hour. Once we hit this line on the ground, we're gonna hit the brakes and see how many car spaces it takes to come to a complete stop. So without further ado, let's get it. The hard part is holding 25 miles per hour. All right, guys, here we go. Wallke H7 brake test. Let's go. 25 right there. Oh, okay, I think we went a little faster than 25, but we still did pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. We landed in the 4th parking space. That means if we did 25 miles per hour, we probably would have ended up in the 3rd or somewhere in between 3 and 4. These brakes feel so good. I am very, 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 very pleased that they gave us 203 millimeter rotors. When I first got my Wallke bike, which is a bike that's just as heavy as this was the AQ177 Pro Max. It was a single motor, but it was still heavy because it had a giant battery also. And I felt like the stock brakes kept pulsating, and that's usually because of heat buildup. So with 203 millimeter rotors, we should be able to handle the heat. So now we're just gonna finish off this video with a little bit of off-road testing on some bumpy grass, and then just go over the pros and cons. All right, here we go, here we go. Some bumpy grass. Jeez, oh man. The roots from the trees are just coming up so high. Oh. Okay, I wish the suspension was a little bit softer. Oh. Oh. With dark backgrounds, this bike pops so much. I think white always looks so good on an e-bike. It's just, this white is like pure white. It's not like a cream color, or it's not a what's that called? Like a pearl white. No, this thing is like snow white. All right, guys, let's wrap it up with some pros and cons. But before we do that, let me just check my mileage. We've done almost 26 miles, and we're still at 4 out of 5 battery bars. That's pretty dang amazing, guys. That is pretty amazing. And we were riding with 2 motors and super aggressive the whole time. Okay, let's start with the cons. There's only 2 cons. I'm gonna start with the one that's important to me first. After 25 miles, my butt was starting to hurt. And at first, the seat feels really soft with your hands. But after a while, your butt just kind of starts aching. It's not that it's a skinny seat, because it's not. I think it has to do with like the cushion. But thankfully, like I said earlier, this uses a traditional bike saddle. So this can be changed out very easily. That's what I love about these bikes. The moped style ones, you can't. You're stuck with it. Okay, the second con is that we don't have any turn signals. I've seen this tail light before. I know for a fact that this thing has turn signal capabilities, but we just don't have the switch for it. Yeah, there's no switch for it. For the price you're paying, I feel like they should have included those, but at least the money went to some other good features, which is where the pros come in. And the pros are gonna be the giant battery, the dual motors, and the brake system. This is the type of bike you buy if you need hill climbing abilities and you want a gigantic battery. The torque from 2 motors is it's pretty amazing. If we just had 1 motor on, I know for a fact we would have failed that hill climb test, but we kept climbing and climbing. I also love that our rack is integrated into the frame, and because of that, this rack can handle up to 110 pounds. So if you do want to fit a second person on here and just have them dangle their legs down, this rack can support another person. Oh, you know what? There's a third con. That con is no pegs. If you give us a seat, we need pegs. So if you do food deliveries or you just want a super long range bike because you want to be able to explore without having to worry about range anxiety, then this might be the bike for you. If you guys are thinking about getting one, please check out that link in the description. It helps me out a ton at no cost to you, and there might even be a discount code there. So I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys have any comments, leave them down below. Please give this video a thumbs up and a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.